Tiger fans, it's time for a quick injury update with about a week to go until we play round one against Carlton. I'm not sure when the next club official one's coming out, but I thought we'd do a quick video just outlining bits and pieces from what we've read and seen over the last few days. Tom Lynch, obviously out of the concussion protocols, didn't play in the Collingwood practice game. They obviously wanted to hold him back just to give him a bit more time off until the round one game, but in his interview with Fox Footy, he said he's pretty much locked in to play round one, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Training the last couple of days, I think he was even wearing the green non-contact cap, so he's out there doing a big 2-hour session, plenty of running, and it seems like he'll be right to go, which will be a much needed acquisition to our forward line. Straightens us up, gives us a target down the ground, and it's going to make everyone walk a little bit taller as well. I'm especially keen to see how Jacob Bauer goes playing alongside Tom Lynch. I think that's going to help free him up to do some more damage as well, which will be good. Sam Lalor, obviously not coming off the injury with the broken jaw, the fractured jaw, and the concussion. So he's now out of concussion protocol. As part of his operation, he had the plate put in, he had wisdom teeth removed, the works. So he's also been in a non-contact cap during training, but he's completed all the training sessions with the main group. So it's pretty much going to come down to, is his fitness level back up to a point where it's going to be okay to get through round one? Maybe some of it's going to be up to him in terms of how he's feeling and how he's going. No doubt the medical staff will have a big say on it as well. But from when you see Uze being interviewed, he's obviously very, very keen to have Lalor available round one, such as the impacts he's going to have on the team. And just something for the supporters to look forward to as well, seeing the number one draft pick out there. But they definitely won't do it just cause. They'll make sure he's obviously medically right to go. But good to see he's doing training and past the concussion side of things, and it's just a matter of the jaw and the swelling going down and the pain and all that kind of stuff. If he can get through all of that, then he might be a good chance that we see him round one. Jonty Fall and Matej Kalina, they have resumed full training again for the first time, I think since Jonty Fall's been at the club, and for Kalina, for the first time for a long time. So both coming off back issues. Kalina's had some significant back issues over the last couple of years. And I know there was probably a little bit of talk and speculation that we may delist him and get rid of him after last year. I think, though, deep down, I do feel like there was maybe an element of mismanagement is probably the word I'll use with his back injury. And I think we kind of owe it to him to make sure we give him a year or so of being properly treated to see what he's actually got. Because some of the games he played in the VFL, he didn't actually look too bad. Because we've got to remember, he does actually have a football background. He did actually play for one of the TAC Cup sides in his under-16s year, I think it was. So he's not just a lanky basketball player who hasn't touched a footy before. And I'm not saying at all he's going to come on and be a number one AFL ruckman, but you've got to give him a fair go to see what happens. Like, what if it does happen? So yeah, good to see Kalina back out there. And Jonty Fall, obviously, we picked up in the draft this year. Look, a lot's been said about how impressed the club's been with his attitude, with doing the rehab and things like that. So it's good to see him out on the track. He's going to be another great competitive forward, and I feel like we'll see him hopefully in some VFL practice games, or the VFL when that kicks off in a couple of weeks. Be good to see Jonty Fall back out there. Tyler Young starting to participate in some more drills now. He's probably still a little bit further back than what Judson Clark is, and maybe even McKelty Lafau in terms of his ACL recovery. So there he's progressing. Hugo Ralsmith still in recovery from the hamstring injury. And the unfortunate news that we obviously saw officially announced today, but that Cam Hicks broke on the 28th of Feb, that Josh Smiley's had a bit of a hiccup with his hamstring injury. So it doesn't sound like it's a reoccurrence or a new injury. It just sounds like the existing injury hasn't progressed or hasn't healed exactly how the club would like. Now, I interpret that as being a better outcome than being a new injury. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like that would be a much more desirable outcome than a complete re-tear or something like that. So looks like he's probably on track to be seen maybe at rounds 3 or 4. It probably now throws VFL into the equation. Like, I'm not sure we'll see him go from his training load straight into AFL level. I think they're going to want to see they're going to want to get training load into his legs, number one, with increased running. So I think he was doing 3/4 strides today or yesterday. So they're going to want to increase that to full strides. There's going to be explosive agility work. Then they're going to want to see how it goes under sort of longer duress and duration in training and match sim. So I feel like he's going to end up going through the VFL before we see him at AFL level. But that's okay, whether it's round 5, round 10, round whatever. just got to make sure we take our time with him, get him right, and yeah, make sure his body is up to the rigours of AFL football. Prestia still walking and not much else, so he's going to be a bit of a slow burn to get him back into the side. Maurice Rioli Jr. completed a full training session, including all the running drills, which seems like it's the first time for a long time that he's been able to do that, which is good. So he's obviously been recovering on the back of a calf injury. I think it was pre-Christmas. So he's obviously getting back to full running workload. But that is just about a wrap for the injuries. Hopefully we don't see too much more bad news coming out for the Cubs especially. And it would be great to see Sammy Lalor get up for round one, and obviously Smillie doing his recovery. I think the next big milestones will be seeing some of the ACL crew get back and doing a bit more work as well. I think we'll probably see Juddy Clark be the first cab off the rank to do some more stuff. But as we know, Ben Serpil has said that with the ACLs, they are very, very keen to wait the full 12 months to let the graft fully heal. They're not going to run the gauntlet any earlier. So it might not be until April, May. I dare say they're all going to come through the VFL at the midway point of the year at some stage as well. But hopefully they all keep progressing well. That is the injury report for the moment. The club may come out with something more official in the coming days, but I just thought I'd throw out a quick update while I could. So make sure you like and subscribe for more Tiger content, and I'll see you for the next one. Go Tigers.